Welcome back, Cardboard Warriors. How's everybody out there doing today? So I did the draft Friday night for the new Double Masters 2022, and I kind of want to go over the deck that I've used and some of the cards I got. I had really good luck pulling cards in the draft. There was like 16 people, so we had two pods of 8 doing the drafts, and my table. There was a few people that really knew how to draft at it, but I ended up on a side with like a lot of people that were kind of newer at draft and didn't know the values of the cards. So I was getting past a lot of good value cards, which is always nice. So I got a lot of good value, and not all the cards are in here right now because one of the players there, younger player who hadn't been playing very long, fell in love with a couple of the cards I pulled and really wanted to trade me for them. So I went ahead and traded him some of the cards, and those cards were a Cavern of Souls, which is actually my pack 1 pick 1, even though pack 1 is pick 2, but yeah, that was one of my first picks. Cavern of Souls, obviously I was like, it doesn't matter what colors I'm running, this is awesome. So I grabbed a Cavern of Souls, just the regular one, non-foil, non-full art or anything, just a regular mythic Cavern of Souls. And I also had gotten past a full art Smothering Tithe, and he really just wanted both of them, so I ended up trading them, both of those, for some Triomes. I got some of the newer Triomes, and a Displacer Kitten, Activist of Ogma, a Ledger Shredder, and he actually had an old Shinka, the Blood So Keep from Champions of Kamigawa, and I'm a sucker for the older cards, especially that era, because I was playing real heavily competitive when this block came out originally, so I figured, I actually did a little bit better on value-wise on them, and he really wanted them. I didn't really want to trade them, but, because I'm not too big on trading the stuff, like, as soon as I open it, I like to kind of see how much of each card I get from the sets and stuff, and I don't have a lot of the Cavern of Souls. I think I've only really pulled a couple in my life, so I didn't really want to trade him, but he really wanted them, and he's younger and newer players, so I really wanted to help him out, so I traded him those for just a bunch of cheaper cards, just so I kind of just make him happy, and I got some stuff that hopefully will kind of get a little more valuable in the future. You never know. It's if you trade one $50 card for 5 $10 cards, there's a little bit more of a chance that one of those $10 cards could go up in the future than risking putting all your eggs in one basket with a $50 card, I guess. So that's kind of the way I was looking at it, but nevertheless, he was happy because he got the cards he wanted, and I pulled some nice cards that basically paid for my draft anyway. So, and I still got some other good cards in here that we're going to show you. There's no prize support. I don't know why they didn't do any kind of prize support at all, and it was really expensive. It was like $40 for the draft. But they did give out a Weathered Wayfarer for me, which I already had a couple of the promos there. Already a couple of those and a couple of Bring the Lights. My fiance played also. She got a Bring the Light. I ended up winning second overall out of the 16. I only lost one round, and I had a really fast red-green deck, and he had a little bit faster black-red deck, and he had got a lot of removal. I didn't get a lot of removal. The guys at my table were pulling all the removal stuff, so I wasn't getting any removal past, and there's not a whole lot of removal in red-green anyway in this set, or at least not in the packs that we opened. There is a lot of removal in red. I just didn't get a lot of it. So anyways, first let's show you the cards I didn't use that I pulled. So I got a Splinter Fright, which is actually also in the first pack. So there's Cavern of Souls and Splinter Fright, which got me started kind of going in the green because I pulled that one. Then I didn't even end up using it because I didn't have a whole lot of graveyard stuff, and I realized my deck was really too fast to get stuff in the graveyard to make this guy worth it. So I didn't use that. I might have been better putting them in, but I don't know. Battlemaster, a Devoted Druid. I didn't have any way of getting rid of the 1/1 counters to kind of make him a little more crazy, and he was kind of just a late pull anyway that just got passed to me, and there wasn't anything better in the pack, so I just grabbed him because he's always great for decks. I like building cool infinite combos around him. Extra Dark Dweller Oracle, I did have one in the deck, but I ended up pulling 2. Elvish Rejuvenator, I thought about putting him in, but I thought it was a little bit faster, so the 3-drop for the 1/1 wasn't really going to help me as much. And turns out I didn't have any problem with mana. We'll talk about that when I look at the deck here. Stormfleet Pyromancer. Again, just too expensive. I was coming out really fast. Emissary, I almost put him in the deck in between games because I was really tempted to, but I didn't. The Iguanar, the hissing Iguanar, good old lizard. He again, I could have used it. It probably would have actually been helpful because of the direct damage for the whenever a creature dies, because a lot of creatures were dying because I was getting out fast and with a lot of creatures. I at one point was thinking about going blue because I did get past some blue cards at the end of the last pack, so I did pull some blue cards, and I was like, maybe I could go blue because I got some of the blue prowess cards. So I was like, I got some red prowess cards. Maybe I'll end up going red, blue, green with a little more heavy on the prowess. So I did start pulling some blue cards and some blue and red with the prowess stuff. Got a couple of the winged Codals for the flying death touch. Basically, flash means it's a three color removal. But I ended up not going blue at the end. I just kept it a little more streamlined, red and green, which I'm glad I did. Misfire Adept, just got Elder. This got passed as like one of the last things in one of the last packs. It just got passed to me, and there wasn't anything in my colors in the pack, so I grabbed it. Cartel Aristocrat, Last Breath. These are all just stuff that got passed at the end. Flicker Wisp, Martial Glory. Myth realized that I don't think many people were using white at my table, so I just kept getting all those in the last couple like freebies at the end of the pack there. All right, so this is the actual deck I used. I did end up getting 2 Goblin Bannerets, and this really was the combo that really kind of helped me just stomp people really fast, and that was the token thing. So, I put it back in the rares because I want to save the spicy stuff for last, but I ended up getting pretty early on a Hardened Scales. So I think that was second pack, might have been first pick. So I got a Hardened Scales, so I was doubling up all my counters. And I did end up getting that into play quite a few times. And with the Goblin Banneret, I mean, so he slaps you basically pump him up before you declare combat. So he's a 3/1, and then you attack, and then your other 1/1s or 2/1s or 2/2s or whatever end up getting a counter on them, and then with the Hardened Scales, they end up getting double counters. So all of a sudden, you got a bunch of 1/1s, and then you go to attack, and for just a couple mana, you're attacking with like a bunch of 4/4s and stuff. So people were like, wait, what? Wait, 15 damage? It's only turn 2, turn 3. So I was doing really good with that combo, and like the Tuskguard Captain could put the counters on it and give them all trample. So everybody with the counters was getting trample, which was really nice. And I got 2 of the Thrives. So that was kind of the main combo that really helped. I got an Experiment 1, and then of course a couple Hero of the Games as well. So I was really doing a lot of just, pumping up the creatures really fast. I was getting a lot of cheap creatures out, throwing counters on them at instant speed, and then giving them the +1 from the heroes. So I was really pumping them up really fast. And I also had a lot of where are they? I didn't organize this very well. I had 2 Titan Strengths and a Might of Old Karasa, which also helped with that because I'd throw those on the Hero of the Games really quick, or I'd throw one of those on the Banneret if I didn't have enough mana to do the pump, because those were only 1-drops. So I was getting that stuff out pretty quick. I got a Burning Tree Emissary, which is like a free spell. You end up getting 2 creatures out on turn 2. You cast this, and then you got 2 to throw out, either 2 more 1-drops or a 2-drop or maybe a 3-drop or something. So because I did have the Rampant Growth as well, so a lot of times I had 3 mana on the second turn, or third turn. 4 mana on the third turn, you know what I mean. So a lot of times the second turn I was doing Burning Tree Emissary into the Rampant Growth to get that 3rd land out. So turn 4 or turn 3 I had 4 mana. So Monastery Swift Spear, just epic, puts in a lot of great work card with the prowess and the haste. Deadly Recluse, which was holding back a lot of bigger attackers, even because I had mostly smaller creatures out, even though there's some, I kind of tried to go tall with the Rampant Growth and some of the rampant stuff, but I ended up playing the game so fast I never got the bigger creatures out. There's that Dark Dweller Oracle I told you about. There's the Changeling, which I think I got into play 1 time, and I did have an Anointed Altasaur, but We never really got to the 7th turn, I don't think. I think I was winning a lot of games really, really quick. Most of my matches were over in, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes on the high end. So I spent most of the night watching other people play to turns because I was just bored, or trading in between games. So Ambuscade was really the only good removal I got. That's the one card I got that was good removal. I got a Fiery Fall, but I never really got it enough mana to play it because the games weren't lasting long enough. So most of the time I just sat in my hand until the end of the game. I never actually played it. I got it in my hand several times, but games weren't lasting long enough. So the Ambuscade helped a lot, though. I wish I'd gotten a few more of those earlier on. I didn't realize, I was thinking it was a fight, the +1/+, fight, but it actually just deals damage equal to its power to target creature opponent controls. I did pass on a couple of these, I think, and if I'd have known it wasn't a fight, it was just deal damage, I would have grabbed a couple more, because that was probably the biggest mistake I made in the draft, was not grabbing more of these, because I thought they fought, and I thought my creatures being smaller, it wouldn't benefit them too much. For 3, I'm only really getting a +1, and, probably be sacking my creature to take out another threat, but once I realized, I didn't realize until we were actually playing that it wasn't fight, it was just dealing its damage to creature opponent controls, so it doesn't get hit back. So I was able to take out death touch creatures with it and not lose my creature. And take out their creatures without losing my creatures, because a lot of the creatures in this set have less toughness than power that I was facing. So I should have grabbed more of those. That was a big mistake. So if you draft the red-green like this, definitely grabs a lot more of those. They're really handy, especially if you're doing the counter thing and you got the heroes of the games and stuff like that, because this, if you throw it on the hero of the games, which is a 3/2, which is going to be one of your bigger creatures out there, and this kind of speedy little red-green gruel thing, you cast it on him, which gives him 4, and then also, because you targeted him, gives him another +1, and all your other creatures are +1. So he becomes a 5. So you can take out something with 5 toughness with this little guy and this little guy on like turn 4. So, and you pump up all your other creatures and then swarm afterwards, because he's not going to die because he doesn't get hit back. So yeah, I should have grabbed more of those. So I recommend, if you're doing the like hero of the games and the counters thing, grab more of those. Those are your better removal. Don't grab the Fiery Falls unless you're just using it for the basic land cycling and maybe late game, because I wasn't even able to do the basic land cycling most of the time because I was getting too much mana. I started off with 24 and 16 and ended up pulling out a forest and putting in the other hero of the games. I only had 1 in at the beginning. I ended up pulling out another forest and putting that in because I was getting mana'd out like crazy. There's several times I was drawing like 4 turns, just drawing dead into lands, so in a row. Out of the Coral Keep, even after I took out that other land, I went down to what, 27 and 13, or 26 and 14, 25 and 15, 25 and 15. Even when I went down to 25 and 15, I was still getting landed out in games. So out of Coral Keep, the prowess was nice and the 2-drop was nice. The ability, I kept losing cards because the games were so fast that I didn't have enough mana. I'd usually have like 1 forest or 1 mountain open, and whatever card I flipped with, it would be more than a 1-drop or it'd be the wrong color. So the one time I did get a 1-drop and I had 1 land open, it was the wrong color. So it wasn't that effective. Boar-Tusk Liege, if it was like till the end of the next turn, that'd be so much better. Anyway, Boar-Tusk Liege, I never got them into play, but it would have been great if I had, because it gives them all a +1/+1, and especially like the Burning Tree Emissary would be +2/+2. So, and the Trample 3/4 would have been nice, but I never got them into play. They never got in my hand. Figure of Destiny, I got out like once or twice. I think I got him out twice. He actually is pretty good, but I never got him past 2/2 because the games were so fast. And I got an Aether Vial. Aether Vial, I got out to play, I think, once, and it didn't help me at all because, I have such low CMC stuff that I was actually getting things out with just regular mana. I didn't even need the Aether Vial. And, unless you have a deck that's built kind of for the Aether Vial to where majority of your creatures are the same CMC, I like put 2 on it, and then I'd get like a 1-drop and then a 3-drop. So I never actually got to use the Aether Vial, even though I got it into play 1 whole time. But again, value that I got out of the packs that help definitely pay for the draft. So I got the Cavern of Souls, the Aether Vial, the Full Art Smothering Tithe, and obviously the figure, the Bortos, the Abbot, the Hardened Scales. So I definitely paid for my draft just with the cards, and then ended up doing really good. So it's a bummer that they didn't have any prize support, giving away any packs or anything. I just don't know why, but I got the Wayfarer for free, and I had a fun night and got to play some fun opponents and stuff and some fun games. I like real fast games, so I had a blast. Anyways, let me know how your draft went. Let me know what you drafted, what color combos you did. Like I said, the black red kind of sack deck just absolutely annihilated me. He went 2-0 in like probably 10 minutes, and he was doing that to everybody. I think he ended up winning the tournament because he just annihilated everybody in 2-0 in like 5-10 minutes or 11 minutes, I think. So I think the longest he might have played was 15 minutes. So my first round I went 2-1. I won 2-1. Second round was him. I lost the 0-2 really fast, and then third round I won 2-0 really fast, and then fourth round I actually had to play my fiance. She won her third match 2-0 against the manager of the store, which was pretty cool. And so she ended up playing me in the final round there, and I beat her 2-0 pretty fast. But she was running a black-green sack deck, which was actually really effective. She was doing really good, so she won a couple rounds, which she has been having trouble because she's a new player. So that was really neat that she won, and I finished second, and so we had a good time, good night. So thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the description below. Click some of those links. They're going to save you money on all your purchases, get you cash back. They're going to help out the channel a lot, so I really appreciate that. There's links to being able to buy these from Wizards of the Coast on Amazon now. So check out those links. Remember, if you're buying on Amazon, make sure it's from the Wizards store. All my links are directly from the Wizards store. Don't buy from third parties on Amazon because you might get the repack boxes. Anyways, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next one. Bye.